Good morning.
Hello. Welcome to episode 5.
Yes. Oh, you got it right.
I was just looking
We're
at
learning my labibi.
A little lafufu.
It's my son.
It's a lafufu.
Lafufu. Sorry.
It's fake. Alrighty, we are going to start this episode by acknowledging that it is Men's Mental Health
Month.
Awareness Month. It is, yes.
Yeah.
So we just want to
Acknowledge that.
Acknowledge that. We're aware.
Tell us how you really feel. It is interesting though, because so many people have mixed opinions. Obviously, we need to be aware of men's mental health and the decline.
Do women have a month for mental health?
No, but I think it's very clear that we're all very mentally ill. The main reason for that is men.
Can we stop? Are you women don't have a mental...
I don't think so.
I'm Googling this. Hang
okay.
on.
But what's new? Men have something that women don't. Shocker.
Women have mental health month.
Every month is women's mental health month.
Yeah, well, true that.
Every
we
month
get a
should
week.
Be both. Oh, we get a week.
There isn't a women's mental health month. There is a women's mental health awareness week that occurs annually beginning on Mother's Day. Hang on.
That's interesting.
Why are we doing that on Mother's Day?
I mean, that's the other Women's Day, is it not? There's International Women's Day.
It's not fair that women have to share days. For men to get a whole month to raise awareness for their mental health. Okay, let's just put aside the fact that we should be aware of men's mental health every day.
Yes.
Not just 1 month.
Yes.
And I have that same thought when it comes to Valentine's Day. You should be doing romantic loving
all the
shit
time,
regularly, not just that one day of the year.
Yeah, but I agree. It's weird. It's weird that we have a week and not a month as well.
I do believe that awareness should be raised, but I think it should be all the time. The month thing.
Same. It's weird. It's weird to have a month for that.
It's also Father's Day in
America.
The US.
Yeah.
So having
hot dads on the internet.
It's just funny that Men's Mental Health Week falls on Father's Day. Men's Mental Health Week falls Men's Mental Health Month falls on Father's Day in America, and then Women's International Mental Health Week falls on Mother's Day in Australia. And I'm just like, why are they linking this to having kids?
Father's Day links us straight into our topic, which is age gaps.
Oh, age gaps. This is a controversial topic because once you reach that legal age of consent, which is 18 across most countries, or 16, depending on...
So there's a grey area with that.
Australia is 16.
16, but you're having sex with someone under 18.
Who's also a minor.
18 who's also a minor, over 16, under 18. That's legal. Once you're 18 or over, you can be sleeping with someone 18 or over. Otherwise, you're sleeping with a minor. But the age of consent is 16.
This is so strange to me because, that whole, that 2-year gap of, you're consensually allowed to have sex, but it has to consensually be with a minor.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so fucking weird.
It's a weird law, but it's also kind of works. I was 16 when I lost my virginity to a 17-year-old boy, and we broke up before he turned 18.
See, so I didn't.
We had a completely legal sexual relationship, and then he traumatized me so much that I didn't have sex for over a year after that. So there was no way that I could fall into any of those categories. But a lot of my friends were sleeping with guys who turned 18 and older while they were in a relationship and had been for multiple years.
I was literally in a relationship for 2 years with this person. And so we started dating when I was 16 and he was 17. He was a senior. And then for 2 years. So he obviously turned 18 when I was 17. Yeah. And all I could think in my head was, this is if someone wanted to press charges in a legal, anyone, in Australia, it doesn't have to be me or him that presses charges. If my nan turned around and didn't like the relationship, she could turn around and press charges on him. Yeah. But we had been together for 2 years, so in my head, it just wasn't right. From a legal standpoint, a year ago, we were legally allowed to have sex. We were legally allowed to be in a relationship. We still had been in this relationship for 2 years, but as soon as he turns 18, it's no longer legal.
It's not like there's people on the street, cops coming up to you and going, "Hey, are you guys having sex?" It's it's if something were to happen, where someone else or yourself were to go, I don't feel comfortable around this guy, you could go to a legal system and be like, hey, this guy raped me, and he would go to jail.
At 18, even at my age now, I didn't vary much from the age gap on who I was sleeping with. Like, I think the oldest, the max age gap was about 10 years.
Yeah.
And that was a random hookup at a club in Melbourne one night. And I didn't find out, I didn't sleep with him or anything. Like, we were just making out. Like, I avoided him for the rest of the night so I didn't have to sleep with him. But it wasn't until I saw that he followed me on Instagram that I stalked him the next day, and I found out that he was that age. Even my Tinder, like, when I was like looking for people when I had Tinder, like, I put the age right down to like between like 30 and 37. So like Max was like 7 years older than me.
Yes, different situation on my end, I'm afraid.
I feel like if I was to date anyone older than that, our headspaces just aren't going to align.
Which is correct. But a lot of us girls, we think that we're a lot, and we're also told that we're mature for our age and all these things, that if a man ever tells you that you're mature for your age or you seem a lot smarter than other girls your age, blah, 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 run in the opposite fucking direction, grooming you, please. Because it's so common. And like straight after my first relationship, he was only a year older than me, the next guy I started seeing was 8 years older than me. And then the oldest that I went, the biggest gap that I went, I was 19 and he was 37. And I, at 19, did not think that was like, I knew that he was older, but because of the way that they talk to you and the way they're showing you things and telling you about their life, that just goes straight to your head. And you're like, wow, this is what I should be doing. I should be dating guys who are older and they have life experience and they've traveled and they can show me all these things, and like they're past the phase where they just want to go to clubs and fuck and like screw girls over, like they want to settle and they're serious and they've got money. But no, there's a reason they're not dating women their own age, and it's because they can't, because they frontal lobe just fucking something went wrong there, and they realize that they can only date women who are younger because they can manipulate them and then they can swing them the way that they want because you want to impress them because they're this older guy. And then you get stuck in a relationship with an older dude and none of your friends are comfortable with it. Your parents aren't comfortable with it. And if they are, there's a big fucking problem there.
We were having this conversation before, like it comes down to familiarity. Say the word.
Familiarity.
That's the word.
Yeah.
It comes down to that, where these girls just feel more comfortable in the space of these men. If the age gap isn't noticeable physically, like that noticeable physically, I kind of get it.
You've got to say why it's familiar though. Because they're like their dads.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Because they're the same age as their dad.
Yeah, because they are like their dad. They are comfortable around men like this because they were comfortable like that around the men in their life. And I'm not saying it's all like it's dads. Like it could be stepdad, it could be the creepy uncle, it could be your neighbor, like anyone. But most of the time, like women, like when they have such a large age gap, I'm talking 30 plus years, where like she is very obviously still a teenager and he has fucking wrinkles under his eyes, like
they're getting mistaken for father and daughter at the
grandfather and daughter. Like that kind of age gap.
Yeah,
that's where you start questioning things on a morality level, because like say yours, like what, that 17-year age gap or whatever, the 37-year-old, okay, physically, if he didn't look like an old man and he just looked like a man, I feel like that's not so bad. Yeah, it is. It's still bad. 100%. It's still bad. But I feel like when you can physically, like when you are looking at somebody and they genuinely look old, and that old fucking bean of a person has a woman who 5 years ago was still a baby. Like, how do you not worry about that and like see that something has clearly happened both to the girl and to the man for him to have ended up at that point in his life where he's wanting a young body, not a woman's body.
A kid's body.
Yeah. I have someone in my family who is 19 and is currently dating a 52-year-old. And I'm saying this out loud now because most of my family are ignoring it. My two brothers and me and my sister are the only ones who are standing up and saying, what the fuck? The rest of them have just said, it's not my problem.
What?
And like, this is the thing. Like, relationships are my relationship is not their fucking problem. Yeah, I get it. My issue is, okay, her relationship's not your problem. My problem is, why the fuck is she so comfortable getting intimacy and this kind of love from someone who's her father's age? Why is she comfortable with that? Because to me, an old man sitting too close is like, if I can smell his old man breath, ugh. So like, for her to be like totally okay with that and be sleeping with that dude, I can understand it because it happens so often that you can't not see it happening. Like, girls date people that are like their fathers all the time, and it's for multiple reasons. It could be because they're trying to find someone who was like their father.
They want approval.
Or they're trying to find someone that their father that's like their father, but their father didn't give them the love that, their current partner is giving. So there's plenty of reasons. But like, the complete opposite happened for me and Sarah, and it was like, we just wanted to be so fucking opposite to these people.
Yeah.
Not only opposite, but like as soon as like we had people in our lives, like we knew straight away that they were like, we didn't want to be anything like our family. So as soon as they were showing traits or red flags or anything that was like our family, we were like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
Which is why you won't see me with a crackhead or someone who drinks.
This is like a fundamental thing. When you look at dysfunctional families or people who've even just like had bad friend groups and stuff growing up, they'll either go back to that familiar space and those familiar people in their adulthood, or they'll go for the complete opposite. For me, with my parents, they both came from broken families, and I think they both were the first people in their families to go to university, I believe, or in their immediate family at least, out of their siblings. And they wanted to be complete opposite. And my parents have been together for 24 years this year. Like, they're planning what they're going to do for their 25th anniversary. I had a really good upbringing. My parents, the only problem with them was they were a little too strict sometimes because they cared so much and they were so helicopter over me and my sister that we've always had a strong family unit because that's what they wanted growing up. And instead of doing what their parents did to them by giving them like no security and fighting in the kitchen and whatever, they did the opposite. And like, it's just interesting to see, and seeing young girls and seeing my friends and what kind of guys they're going after, and then what families they came from is so interesting. Like, my sister has a friend who's dating a guy who's almost 50 at this point. They started dating when she was like 18 or 19, and now she's like 21. It's her first relationship, first everything. And like, pretty much straight out of school, this guy was her boss at her casual job, and around the same age as her dad. And they started dating, and they've been dating for years. He's a manipulator. He is a toddler. He's an overgrown toddler. Multiple times when my sisters tried to hang out with this girl, he will be on the phone like, don't go out with your friends. Like, if you don't come home, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to do all this stuff. Literally.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's actually fucked. And every time, she's still with this cunt. And every time...
I love when you use the C word.
Every time I talk to this girl, because I know her a little bit, she shits on men so much. It's like she's aware of... She's frustrated. She can't be happy in this relationship because she's telling people about it. If my sister knows about it, if I know about it. But she's still with this guy. And I don't think it's a coincidence that he's the same age as her dad. And like... She's one of many children, and she's the youngest. She's a bit of like, I think her parents kind of thought they were done having kids, and then she kind of came along, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe she felt like she didn't have enough attention from dad. And maybe that's why she's dating this man. But the ironic thing is that even though he looks like an old man, he acts like a fucking teenager. and he's a petulant child.
Does he have money?
Not really. Like,
No,
he does,
okay.
but he doesn't. She's got money. Her family, money. Like, she's...
Okay, this sounds like a cry for help. Like, have you watched...
Right!
Have you watched...
So much...
You've watched Shameless, right?
Yes.
So, like, that episode where Carl gets the really rich girlfriend. Oh, it might be Lip. No, it's Lip. Lip gets a really rich girlfriend, and, like, she's literally only with him because he's, like, derelict. Her parents are paying him to stay the fuck away from her, and he's taking the money, and they're sharing it, and they're going off and doing shit.
Wow.
And, like, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Like, where, like, she hates her parents so much that maybe she's just dating out of spite. Because I would date out of spite.
I think dating out of spite, like, is kind of a thing when you're a teenager, but once you're an adult...
No, yeah. But she was
like,
19, right,
I mean,
when she
still,
met him.
yeah, this still happens, right? Like, yes, people will date people their parents don't like to be like, I can do whatever I want. But when it comes to, like, long-term relationships,
yeah, that's
crazy.
For 3 years, like, that's a long
that's a long bit to be doing. Like, that's some stubborn shit. Like, and I think age gaps are so interesting because, like, I'm 22. I have men trying to talk to me of all ages, and I've always dated at least a year older. Like, there's never been someone my own age or younger. Everyone's been at least a year older than me. And I've found the same problems with men who are 23 and men who are, like, 28. Like, there's not much of a difference there.
Well, their frontal lobe doesn't develop until their 40s.
And then, like, even, like, I've got men who are trying to talk to me who are verging on 40. And I, at the moment, seriously considering going on a date with a guy who's verging on 40, but everyone...
Can you stop saying verging on 40? Because it's so mean.
I'm trying to... It's not mean. He's not far from 40. Like, he's very close, but I don't want to say specifics.
And I'm not far from 20.
No, you're not, my dear.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm not far from 16.
No, you're not, though.
I know.
But you're closer to 16 than I am to 20.
Maybe.
It's 11 years for me to be 20.
I can't do maths, that's why I work here. But I'm trying to, like, this guy is trying to talk to me, and I have friends of all ages, right? One of my closest friends, aside from you, she's 28, and she's
Am I your oldest friend?
One of.
Am I your oldest friend?
I don't think so. I would call Butcher my friend. She's a bit
okay, yeah, she's older than me.
Yeah. Don't worry. You can chill out. You're not my oldest friend.
I don't want to be the oldest friend.
You're among my oldest friends, but most of my friends are around 30. But one of my closest friends, she's 28, and I told her that I was going to go out with this guy, and she was like, what the fuck? She was like, you should be dating no older than 26. You're 22. That's ridiculous. And I was like, well, my Hinge is set to, like, 31, I think, at the oldest, and I think youngest 23, because I'm 22.
Yeah, I don't want to go younger than you.
And I don't want to go younger than me, and, like, men are immature enough at, like, 25, like, you know.
Still at 30.
It's, my friends who are older are all like, what the fuck, like, my partner's that age, it's weird if you were dating someone that I would be weirded out if my partner was looking at a girl your age. Yeah. And I was like, but they are.
That's
multiple of them.
That's the issue that I was running into before, is, like, physically knowing that these men are attracted to youthful bodies.
Yeah. And I got mosquito bites. So I have quite a youthful body. Although I do have a dump truck. So it's not like I look...
From behind, it's
not like I look like a child, but it's like I'm 5'2". To give you some perspective, like, I'm like this
she
big.
She can look like a child if she wanted
to.
No
titties. With no makeup on, I look quite young. I am tatted up.
Put her hoodie on and no makeup.
Oh,
little kid.
Yeah, literally. And there's even been times, like, there's one guy I was seeing for a while. He was 6'3", and with a beard.
That's funny too.
He looked 30 with a beard, and, like, he was young. He was only, like, 22 and I was 20 or something at this time. So we were very close in age. It wasn't weird. But I would go out with him in the morning to get a coffee with no makeup on, big hoodie, like his hoodie, long trackies, sneakers, and then he would be, like, looking like a man. And he's got, like, a sleeve as well, like a tattered sleeve. And he turned to me once and he was like, do you think people think it's weird when we're walking around? He was like, obviously, like, I don't look old enough to be your dad, but, like, do you, like, look like my little sister or something? And I was like...
Can I just say that I really do like him, though, for just being aware.
Being self-aware.
Being aware that, oh, fuck, maybe this girl looks young. Because, like, if you were Leonardo DiCaprio, you wouldn't have given a fuck. You would have been like, yeah, she's younger than me. Either. Yeah, but, like, do you know what I mean? Like, some dudes, like, would not have given a fuck. Like, some dudes would have been like, yes, she's younger than me. But, like, for this dude to be, like, aware and be like, fuck, I don't want people to have that judgment of me. I also don't think that's right.
Yeah.
And then to ask you, do you think this looks right?
Yeah.
Like, just out of, like, concern.
I appreciated it.
So but then I quite like that. But also at the same time, he kind of offended you.
Yeah, because I was literally thinking then, I was like,
what?
I know, and I knew exactly what he was thinking.
I'm not a kid anymore, okay?
Literally, I could have stolen his wallet and ran away like a gremlin in that moment. But literally, what I just had the thought in my head that he must have looked down at me from 6 foot.
Well, he did, because you're 5 foot, bro.
Seen the top of my head, seen me go, and gone, oh my god, she looks young.
He could have just,
like, with makeup on and stuff.
Just rubbed your head and be like, you okay down there? Like, hi, daddy?
You okay, bud? Yeah, daddy. The guy that's talking to me now, that I was talking to my friend about, she was like, he's met you, right? And I was like, yeah. She's like, it's not just through your Instagram or, like, online. I was like, no, he's, like, met me in person.
So he's
like,
seen your age, your height.
Yeah, so she's like, so that's weird. And I was like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah. Because part of, as a girl, when an older guy's talking to you, like, oh, an older guy, oh my god, maybe he'll be emotionally mature. And then you're like, wait a minute.
My concern...
What's wrong with the women your age? Or just a few years older than me, you know?
My concern for you, not for me, because, like, I wouldn't date too far older than me now anyway, is that, like, if they're wanting to go for someone your age, what happens when you finally get to their age? Are they going to they going to swap you out for
maybe
the younger Courtney?
That's what I think too, but also, like, it just depends.
And also, on the kind of guy. Also, some of the most beautiful women in this world are in their 20s and 30s, like late 20s, early 30s.
That's when you start, like, becoming a woman properly.
Yeah.
Your body forms, you stop getting acne.
So, for a very handsome man of age, why can't he find someone that...
Emotional maturity.
Yep. My head keeps going back to Leonardo DiCaprio here for some reason, but we're just going to use that man.
Smash. Yeah.
Okay. Especially because you would go there, okay? He should fuck off. He has money, he's smart, whatever. In his age bracket, there are some of the hottest women that walk this earth and who would still marry him because of his value, his money, his status, and, like, if he eventually dies, they would come into a lot of money.
If he eventually dies.
Well, he might. So I just don't understand why he wouldn't go for, like, the Megan Foxes of the world who are his age and in his industry and are fucking smoking and make his money, and instead go for the 19-year-olds who are still trying to make it.
Because he likes little girls.
That's what worries me, though, because I'm like, okay, if you had the choice, and this was actually a real statistic that was made, if they had the choice to fuck a kid and not get in trouble for it, would they?
What the fuck?
Courtney, do you know how many, like, the statistics were so fucked?
No.
That, like,
Wait, when you say kid,
like, under 16, would they have sexual relations? If they would not get in trouble for it, would they have sexual relations? The statistics were over 50%. And then...
Kill all men!
And if they could, without getting in trouble. So that's not... They weren't saying they did. They weren't saying they did. They did not say that they had it. And this was a completely anonymous survey. But if... And I want to actually find this survey and send it to you so you can put this at the end of this so you know I'm not fucking around. But if...
I believe you, unfortunately.
Yeah, if they had the opportunity to download and have child-related pornography for themselves without being in trouble by the law, would they do it? The number was so fucking big.
Bro.
I was sick. You know,
men
also you said they like to feel needed, right?
Yes.
When is a man the most needed? When he's playing a fucking father role.
Mm.
So it makes sense that these predators want children because children need them the most.
Yeah, and they can manipulate them, and then they can take things away from them, and they have no power or jurisdiction over themselves, or like even legal power to do anything about it. Back in the day, like my great-grandma and my grandma and that, they've got 13-year age gaps with their husbands and stuff.
Yeah, that seems huge. That seems huge.
That's huge, but that was normal.
Yeah.
That's normal for my family, for multiple.
See, that's why I'm like, maybe it's fucking like men have not grown. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think another reason for this is that men subconsciously are afraid of women, or afraid of women their own age, and they have some kind of power and confidence going after younger women because they feel that they are, yes, easier to manipulate, relate to, level with, and date.
Ouch.
Yeah, well,
no, I get you.
You know what I mean?
Like, because you're basically saying that men's maturity is the same age of these young ones. That's why they're going for them. Yeah, I know.
That's 100% what I'm saying. I'm 100% saying.
I know. I'm just saying.
Men are intimidated. Yeah. Well, men are intimidated by the fact that, like, say you take a 37-year-old man, and he looks at a 37-year-old woman who's got a business and a house and maybe some kids already, and like has been in multiple relationships,
and probably hyper fucking independent.
Hyper independent, and then he
doesn't feel needed.
He doesn't feel needed. He also doesn't have his shit together, or it looks like he does, but he doesn't really feel like it.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. He knows that it's easier for him to date a younger woman and then be like, hey, look how impressive my life is. Look at my bachelor pad in the basement of my parents' house. Look how cool it is. Oh my god, look at my Suzuki Swift. Wow, my life is great. And then this 19-year-old girl's going to be like, wow, Tony, your house is great.
Why isn't Tony worried about people calling the police on him because this 52-year-old has got, like, dragging a 19-year-old into the house?
Because she's 19.
Yeah, I get
that. She's legal.
All right, we better wrap it up so Court doesn't have a million years to edit. But before I do, I just want to let everybody know that I'm going to be a new auntie before we film the next episode. My sister has her twins on Friday. She goes into the hospital. I'm so excited, mostly because I've been living vicariously through Sarah and her pregnancy because I don't want it.
Well, you were born to be the fun aunt. I think we were both born to be the fun aunt.
I want to be the fun, rich auntie, so I have no interest. And, like, between my family's kids and, like, watching Sarah's pregnancy journey, I am not convinced that having babies is the Australian dream. Fuck that. I'm also super selfish, and I'm happy to admit that and acknowledge that. Like, I have no interest in spending my time looking after somebody else.
It's hard enough having men in your life.
And all of my things is going to be donated to the animal shelter. I don't know what the animal shelter are going to do with my Labubu's and my Taylor Swift.
I'll take them.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be alive for a few more years after you die.
Thanks. Because if I do eventually accidentally have kids, then I need to raise them smart enough to make their own shit. They're not having mine. My sister's kids will definitely, I'll definitely be helping them.
Spoil them. Yeah.
I'll spoil them
for sure.
She's having, by the way, she's having twins, a boy and a girl. And, like, that is so, I've only ever seen that once. She can be done now. She can be done. She's done. She's even said she's done. But, like, I mean, who knows? Like, this is her first pregnancy.
Who knows? Fuck, she's crazy to go through this again.
Like, you know, some people enjoy pregnancy.
Yeah, those people are insane.
Yeah, she's always had a motherly bone. She's always been the motherly figure. She's always been
a boner for motherhood.
Yeah. I'm happy for her, but yes, 4 more days. Fingers crossed for her because she is a high-risk pregnancy.
Yeah.
And it is a super important procedure. She's having a cesarean.
So exciting.
So next episode,
babies.
Depending on consent from my sister, I may share some photos. Yeah. But until then,
yes, goodbye.
We love you. We love you not.
Don't date old men. They'll suck the life out of you.
And happy mental health day for the men.
Yay.
If it's happy.
Happy mental health month. Bye.
I just touched your butt.
Oh, the freak. Oh, I'm holding in a piss as well.
So am I.
Oh, twins. We should hold hands when we go to the bathroom.
We don't have a double toilet. Have you seen those?
Yes! Oh my god, my dream. I'll find that later. Free nipple. What is mine?
If we had this in every thumbnail, we could have like put together like 3 seasons worth of Coke and like made a.
We can start now if you want. Oh, why is there what? Because my thighs are sweating. I'm like, Maddie's pissed herself. I'm like,
no, I didn't sweat. No.
Because I have to stop this. Maddie's just like, oh. I fucked my elbow and my wrist at the same time. Oh shit. I think I'm filming. Can you see this going? No, I don't think we can see anything. The lighting is terrible. Oh fuck! What the fuck? What the fuck? Do you need to pop that shit back in? No, I'm too scared.